So I'm with one of the teachers here at AIS. Her name is Miss Halima Bond. She actually teaches grade 2 and uses quite a bit of tech in her classroom. So Miss Halima, what type of tech do you use in your classroom to support collaborative inquiry?
Okay, so as you know, our school is a bring your own device school. So every student is expected to bring in either an iPad or a laptop and have a active connection to Wi-Fi over here. So we use in my class specifically a variety of apps on the iPad or websites such as RazKids, which helps a lot with reading, iMovie, which is I use it as a way for the students to complete projects or inquiry projects. ScootPad has a lot of resources or skills to practice in maths and English, as well as iExcel. I use Padlet and Seesaw, which are more like a collaborative wall for students to be able to write reflections or put down any thoughts that they have about the topic that we are inquiring into, and they're able to then take a look and see what other students have done on there.
All right, and why do you use these ones in specific?
Okay, so since technology is everywhere, these specific ones to me speak to our learning goals, as well as they provide lots of options for students to be able to explain their learning other than writing it down in a sentence. So if you have a lot of ELL learners, they are able to use these applications and this technology to record themselves saying something, which in my case is they're often stronger in their speaking and listening skills than they are in their writing. So I also feel that using technology and using especially things like Seesaw and iMovie help the students learn in a more transdisciplinary way, because they are able to apply other than literacy. They are learning research skills, they are learning science, they are practicing their math all in one app, and it's not so limiting to the type of things that they can produce. Of course, all 7-year-olds love iPads and laptops, so it also makes every lesson more engaging and really fun for them as well.
Great. All right, and what results have you seen, since you've started using these types of tech?
So definitely my students are more motivated to do any academic work when technology is involved. It's kind of like an exciting prospect for them that, oh yes, I get to use my iPad and I get to, show my knowledge in a way that I feel best suits me. I also feel students are developing a lot of skills that I personally didn't use when I was their age. I definitely did not know how to function an iPad or a computer in grade 2. I was, at most on Paint drawing a picture. But I feel that my kids are well versed in the use of technology. They are able to pull out their iPad and make an iMovie in the span of 10 minutes to accurately show and describe the way that they feel or things they understand about a unit of inquiry that we are studying. I also feel that their work is more creative, less limited. They're not in this kind of box of always drawing a picture or writing a story. It's limitless. They can do whatever they want. They can record their voices. They can draw a picture and write an audio. They can make a movie or a trailer, and they can also share all of this work with the rest of the students. So it's really great to see that kids are learning from each other, and they're more motivated to learn from each other by going on to these apps and seeing what their peers have done. So that's pretty much what I've noticed so far, and it's month 3.
All right, that's great.
Of this adventure.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. So who we have here is Mr. Robert LeVictoire. He's been working here at AIS for about 9 years now, and he teaches grade 4. So Mr. LeVictoire, what type of tech do you use to help support collaborative learning in your class?
The technology I use the most is my blog and web page, and I use it for support for the students for when they get home. A lot of it is the current units that we're working on, the guiding questions that they have to look at in the units. There's also math and literacy support as well on there. It's totally optional for the kids, whether they do it or use it or not. It's there just to support their learning. I think they spend enough time in class. It's enough studying for a kid, especially at 9 years old. Having said that, it's there just in case. Sometimes they're ill, they miss some days. I attach everything to the blog. Support packages, comprehension activities, reading strategies, comprehension strategies, extra work if they feel like they need to do a little bit more work on a certain topic or for a certain skill. There's also hyperlinks on there for math support for IXL. There's RAS Kids, which is a guided reading program. There's also a guided reading program right on there, so that with the guided reading that I do in class, there's 3 actual guided reading programs that they can use. 2 of them is web-based, and therefore technology that I use in my classroom.
All right. And what other types of what type of learning strategies do you use for these kids if they're not using technology? Like, how do you help them inquire or work collaboratively? You say that
I do everything collaboratively. Everything's student-led and collaborative in my class. I very rarely teach anything from the front of the class. I try to create my units and all my lessons with a series of questions that will stimulate inquiry within the students, and then I let them get together in groups that they're comfortable with and work towards a common goal, which is answering the question. When students are successful in that regard, then they present to the rest of the class. Therefore, it's students teaching students most of the time.
Okay. And what would you like to see in terms of like technological advances for the students here at AIS?
Okay, I think that there should be a technology class incorporated into our schedule. It doesn't necessarily have to be every cycle or every week or every day. It could be once every couple of weeks. And I think that it's important to teach students the skills necessary to research and then to apply their new learning into technological forms such as iMovie or PowerPoint, which in our school right now, they're learning a lot of those skills because we don't have a standard tech class with a professional teaching them on a regular basis. So I would really like to see that. There's a lot of skills that students need in middle school, high school, and especially in university, including researching, which is huge in university. Being able to find the books that you need online or in a library. It's all technology based now, and learning how to do that is paramount for success going forward.
All right.
So that's.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Robert.
All right.
I have my red paper and then you read.
All right. So you guys, your unit of inquiry is what exactly?
So that's how the world works and all the landforms and like disasters and stuff like that.
Okay. So what do you know about this topic?
We know that human, how do we adapt to change, or like trains going through mountains.
Okay. What else?
What are natural compositions? They're like layers of the earth and
Mountains,
rocks and
the metamorphic rock and the sedimentary and igneous. How do the natural forces change compositions? Or like erosion, the mountain comes out, and also like weathering.
Okay. So what type of technology are you guys using to help you learn about this, or to help you inquire about this?
Books and research on iPads and
Okay. All right. Do you guys collaborate a lot?
yeah.
So how do you collaborate?
We all share our ideas.
Okay, do you guys build on that?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.